Welcome to the Food for Thought podcast with myself, Luke Gall, and my good friend Lucy Miller.
Good day to you. We have returned.
Well, it's been far too long.
It has.
It's been a very, very, very long time.
I'm going to put this out there for anyone thinking of uni. Final year, turns out it is quite hard. Dissertation actually is quite difficult. So Luke and I have not had
Breaking news.
ample
Final year
time
of uni's hard.
for eating.
Yeah, well,
Strangely.
it's been really long.
Leisurely
because it was
eating.
before we did Grease.
Oh my God.
we
Grease
did-
is the word.
We did a musical. Then we just potted about for a bit.
Yeah.
Did other things, and then you left for 2 weeks. You
Ate food,
abandoned
didn't
me.
record it. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Don't
ate
record
food,
all the
didn't record
meals.
it all. What a disaster. We've got a special guest today. We've got Grace McCartney, the pizza legend.
Hi.
She doesn't think she's a pizza legend, but you're very enthusiastic about food.
I have a lot of thoughts.
A lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
She said when we were going to Tesco there, she was like, I just don't know what people think about all day when it's not.
If it's not pizza.
No, for real though, what are people doing with their brains? You know, like when you go to bed and you've got that empty space in your brain, what are you doing with it?
Chords.
What
Nah.
you need to
thinking
know
about
about
Grace.
Grace, what sums up this experience is that when she came, she was like, guys, I did some research, and I was like, we've got the right lady for the job.
Yeah.
She
It's
knew the
also
deals,
reflection.
she knew the sides, of which we did not get because we'll get onto that
We'll get
later.
on that. But she also, to be fair, it's a direct reflection of the fact that she does a real degree. And she didn't want to revise for that real degree because she has to actually do.
For
She has to
real.
do some solid work.
I was
for
in
a
the
proper
library,
degree.
so I sent you that Snapchat of me looking at the menu, but I did also do some background research about Papa John's, the brand, and about the Papa himself. I
She cares more about these podcasts
things.
than us.
The Father John.
She really cares about the information. She was like yesterday. She was like, if you're gonna do something, do it properly. I was like, you know what, you're right.
You've got to know
Because
your
me and you-
onions.
Me and you have
Yeah.
been winging this.
We're just like, so we're going to eat.
Yeah, we're
Don't know.
gonna talk about it as if we've got any right to give our opinions. But we'll do it anyway. We haven't even said what it is yet today. Are we gonna agree now that we're probably gonna do a run of the same kind of food,
Yeah, that's
back
fair.
to back to back?
Yeah.
The Holy Trinity.
We could do. I think we might have to
Why are you
split
shaking
them
your head
up.
for?
I'm just going to slate you more when it gets to the bit where I slate you, don't worry.
Oh, because of I know why she's gonna.
We've
say
already got beef. Not all of this is veggie, guys. Beef has started.
got some serious dough. She's excuse me. Yeah, she's not happy with us, but we're gonna get to that.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Oh, do you
No,
want to
it's not that I'm not
let's
happy with you.
start. Let's chat about it now.
Air your
I mean, Luke,
grievances.
do you want to introduce what food we're eating?
Okay, we're gonna. Thanks, Grace.
It's going to keep you on track.
Like I said, we don't know what we're doing. We're gonna eat Papa John's today, in what will be the beginning of probably the Holy Trinity of pizza, which is Papa John's, Domino's, and Pizza Hut. And now Grace is allowed to have the floor to slate us big time. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to be no any other mic. I'm just.
I'm
gonna
not
give you-
because I
you've
like
got
to
the floor.
retain a rigid posture.
Okay,
Yeah.
well you've got the floor, Grace McCartney. Go for it.
Well, I've told Luke about this on 2 occasions. Have you heard of a podcast called Doughboys?
No.
Right.
neither.
No, it's not a big podcast. Well, I think
Okay.
it is actually. I think they have quite
Is
like
it
a big
available on
following.
iTunes and all of the
It is
media
available
platforms?
on iTunes. But they've been going for like a long time. So you guys are so far behind
Do
the
they only
curve.
do they only eat dough though? Do they just eat pizza?
No. So they started in like, I've scrolled back to 2015. So they've been
Right.
going since at least then, but since sometime before
They
then.
weren't busy doing a music degree though. Until
In it,
No,
but
they
they didn't ride
weren't.
this station. If you did, I apologise for that.
But I mean, on the plus side, I think they're quite fat because their picture is like a cartoon of them and both the characters look quite fat. So
Oh, that's
at
deep.
least
That
you're
don't
not
make me
them.
feel better.
of course they are. They basically
body
make food
shaming.
for a living.
Yeah, no, that's their living. So basically, the premise of the podcast is they review chain food outlets. So it's slightly different because
Right.
you're doing just general fast food or
We've
takeout
not
food.
decided to go
You're
with
just doing anything.
with a niche.
Directly, everything that we do is directly a reflection of the fact that we have no idea what we're doing. We have no direction.
I have a
we
business
have no
plan.
purpose. We don't know what we're going to eat next.
You do for the next 2.
Well, we do now, but that doesn't happen very often. We
Yeah.
we generally don't know.
We've still got to do Mackey's.
you do.
Oh, we're leaving that
Yeah.
strategically though.
Yeah, no,
Once you
yeah.
take that away, the people aren't listening anymore. And I mean, if the people are barely listening now.
I know this sounds like we don't take it seriously, but we have planned for when I move back to Manchester for me to return for the sole purpose of eating and recording it.
Yeah,
like
like-
I'm committed to
I'm
that.
just going to spend every day for a month at the gym. And then when you come back, we're going to just do back to back to back to back. To back
yeah, eat like four
7
in a
and 7
four in a
days.
day.
And then,
That's going to have a toll on your body.
Yeah, I know it is.
It's worth
You
it.
don't need to tell
feel
me.
good.
I know, it probably won't happen, hopefully.
So
for
should
the
we-
sake of my body.
Yeah.
Should we talk about what we've actually ordered? Of course, it's pizza, but we decided to go for 2 large half and halves.
We wanted to get 4 different pizzas.
You've got to sample it, yeah.
There's only 3 of us. We can't get a million pizzas, but
I will say that today there was a deal on, and we got 2, and they're quite big pizzas,
14-inch.
14-inch.
I think that's the same as a large from Domino's.
Lot of
That looks
stuff on there.
approximately the same size, if
There's-
anyone needs a frame of reference.
Yeah. There's a discount, and today we got this for like just over 23 quid, which I think is decent.
2 large pizzas.
But does the taste reflect the price?
Stay tuned. It's pretty good. I was expecting to spend more, I'm going to be honest. I was like,
so
yeah, we
so
go.
was I.
This is a bad day for me, money and health. But it's actually not a bad day for money,
Yeah, I
just
thought
health.
it was going to be expensive.
Yeah, but so we got 2 half and half pizzas. What are they called? So we got a
Those are-
barbecue chicken on one half. We got first of all we got one original base, right, and then
Yeah.
one thin base.
Yeah.
We didn't go for the deep base because it looked crazy deep.
Yeah,
It's
it
just not
looked.
our taste.
In
That's all.
hindsight, I don't think it would have been that deep.
But if
No,
that,
yeah, given these two, the difference between, I agree actually.
but either way, I don't think it would be my preference.
The pick
I
may have
probably
been
wouldn't
deceiving.
order it, but
Exactly.
Oh, I wouldn't.
So,
Not
whereas
at
I
the
would
risk
order
that
one
it'd
of
be
these.
too
yeah, I
thick.
would not take the risk.
I would order one of these. I think.
Yeah.
I probably. Well, we get to that, but I'd probably order the original one. But anyway.
Don't be put off by the barbecue chicken's picture that looks like it's covered in chocolate sauce. It's not chocolate. It looks like it, but it's just
No, you said
weirdly
that.
dense
You know
sauce.
that treat sauce? You know the one that you get when you're a
Yeah,
kid?
treat
Have you
sauce.
ever had the one
what
that
it
goes
looks
hard?
like.
You know where you put
Yeah,
it on that
yeah,
and it
you put it on your ice cream.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
like crusts into
Yeah.
into a chocky.
That's like an early
Sorry,
North-
we can't use the word crusty. on this podcast.
Solidifies.
I'll
No
use
crusty.
it.
No, that's
It'll
a
pop
that's a warning
out.
for Grace McCartney. No use of the word crusty.
If you're
please.
triggered by the word
I say
crusty.
it so much.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to like start the podcast with a warning.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Sorry.
This podcast may contain the word crusty.
Oh.
It's just the worst word. Anyway,
So for the regular base, like the standard size, we went for barbecue chicken on one side and jalapeno and pepperoni on the other. And I can already say, if like me, you like that pizza, the jalapeno one, Domino's do it better.
Uh-oh.
They just do.
breaking news.
Their pepperoni's like richer.
Well,
And
it's,
Can I quickly interrupt and ask that if you're going to break down all the pizzas, can I eat a slice of pizza while you're doing that?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
can
I'm not
I?
gonna.
I'm
I'm not
hungry.
gonna embark on all of them in one long.
Well, how about I start eating a slice of pizza while you explain the rest of that pizza? and
Grace
talk
had an
about it?
interjection, so I think we should give her the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say that spicy pizza is definitely spicy because I tried to eat some of the barbecue pizza, which is on like the half and half same pizza.
Yeah.
And I got a bit of like just a little tiny bit of sauce and I moved it off because I was like, no, I want to have a pure barbecue slice.
We'll have no
And it was-
contamination
It
here.
was contaminated. It was so spicy.
Well, this one here.
Well, the bit I had was.
Okay. Well, I have not had jalapeno yet, but
'Cause
without
I-
jalapeno, it's not hot.
I'd say the jalapenos are bigger than Domino's, so I can see why it'd be spicier because we've got a bigger
Sometimes-
jalapeno.
No, I think sometimes the big peppers, it like the same amount of spice is diffused in one pepper. So
That
it's
makes
not actually
sense.
that much more spicy. It's less spicy, if anything.
I'd say that this one though has a good amount of heat. This pepperoni situation.
I agree.
Yeah.
2 bites in, but I agree.
Also,
shall I have-
shout out to the crust. There's a good crust on these pizzas. Good for dipping. But unfortunately, as Grace found out the hard way, the dips lie.
That I think that needs its own little time
Section
to talk
of-
about that. You two haven't tried it, so I vote you both finish a slice and then you go for a dip.
Okay. So I'm going to go for... Though I did say I don't like chicken pizza, I will try it.
You've got to.
It's too crumbly to be on a pizza.
No.
I'll go for the small one.
Oh,
What?
we didn't talk about the other two toppings.
I'll do that right now.
Do you want to do
Go
it?
on.
And then on the thin base, we've got a pizza called The Works, which I'm literally looking at it, but I'm still gonna forget what's on it. It's got, oh god, I can barely see what's on it. It's got pepperoni. It's got that sausage stuff, right? Italian sausage, which
Don't
these
get me
guys,
started on the word
these
sausage.
guys are not a fan of, but I actually quite like. And then it's also got, is that sweet corn or is that off the veggie pizza?
Peppers,
And then we've got black olives.
mushrooms.
Yeah, there we go.
I think it's got ham as well. It actually has ham.
Between us, I think we covered
So
it.
it
It
has
does have ham.
Pepperoni,
Apologies.
sausage, and ham.
Apologies for my
meat-wise.
atrocious research there. And then we've also got, what was it called? The Garden Party.
Yeah.
Which is just a ridiculous name.
It's less festive than you imagine.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah, spoiler alert, it's not fun.
Is it not?
It's not. I don't want to do too many Domino's comparisons, but it's just not as good. There's not as much flavour in it. And like
Yeah.
a veggie pizza, you have to have quite a lot of flavour anyway, because inherently it is a bit bland.
Yeah.
But that's fine because you know you're getting that. But that's a very bland veggie pizza, so it's just not good.
I think veggie pizzas shouldn't have to be bland though, because if you put enough stuff on there, that's got like veg has got flavour.
well, no,
you know what I mean?
that's,
It's not
that's
all
what I
bland.
mean. But it's not like spicy, or it's not like meat, which is a really strong flavour.
You know, things like onions and stuff on pizza, like they give a hell of a flavour kick if you put onions on a pizza and stuff like that. So
That's got onions on it, but I'm not
Yeah, I
tasting
can't
not
see it.
working.
Also, fair dues to Domino's, because as you say, like, don't want to compare everything to Domino's, but they've earned that position.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you get a, I don't know, fast food fry, as we've touched on, you instantly compare it to Mackey's, because those guys can make a fry.
yeah.
And Domino's, though it is expensive and I resent their prices, they can make a
It
pizza.
depends, because the reason why I used to have quite a lot of Domino's is because you could get 50% discount.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
this
But
was
it's
a very
gone, right?
big point that I wanted to make.
They've booted it in some way.
Which I
They've
don't
got
blame
rid
them
of
for,
it.
because it's a hellish discount. But
It
they
is.
also
But no, but
overcharge in the first
Their
place, which is
pizzas
why.
aren't worth that. The pizzas are worth the 50% off.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
not worth the original price.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this was when I sent you a message about this, and this is when you were like, come on a podcast, was because I said that I think Domino's pizza is like a Ouija board. And I never like explored that point, but
What does that
hear me out.
mean?
You know, a Ouija board that you like, everyone
Derek
puts their
Acorah
hands on it,
style.
it's like,
I can feel him in the
spells
room.
things out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that many people really like Domino's pizza. Like, so you
I'd
know,
say take it or leave it.
yeah, no, that's what I mean though. I think most people are the same as you, that they're kind of like, ooh,
Oh, Luke's about to try the dip. He smelled
Whoa.
it. Oh, he smelled
it's
it.
not good.
He
It looks
smelled
like,
it.
for context, it looks like custard.
It actually does. Me and Grace
I literally don't know if I want to eat it now that I've smelt it.
Me and Grace did question whether they'd put wrong lid on the dip.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's a face moment.
So bad.
Hold that face. Dun-dun-dun. Sorry, Papa John.
Don't be sorry. That's bad.
That's
they
butter.
shouldn't have put that in.
That
for
is
free.
butter.
So-
It's melted
Yeah,
butter.
no, I think that is the garlic butter dip, and it is just butter with some horrible flavour.
That is not
So
a good
Ouija
dip.
board pizza. I'm
so
still
Ouija
intrigued.
board pizza. So most people like you and like myself,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if someone's ordering a Domino's,
I'll have it.
I'll order a pizza. But there's rarely a day where I'm like, get me a Domino's pizza.
Oh, I don't crave it like I crave like anything else.
Yeah, no, I don't. And I know two people in my life who really love Domino's pizza. Mm-hmm. I want to shout out them, but I know they won't listen. But I'm going to shout
Oh,
out them
do it anyway.
Hi, Sophie, and hi, Eddie. But you're not going to be listening. But they will push for a Domino's pizza. Like,
Yeah.
they love it. So the context of the Ouija board is everyone's got their hands on the little cup in the whatever that moves in the middle of the Ouija board.
Yep.
And then somebody is pushing the cup around the Ouija
Someone,
board.
yeah. They.
But nobody else is like, everyone else is passive. There's one active person, but
Domino's-
yet everyone
Domino's
is
is
ordering
so
a pizza.
True. There's always one pair of hands when you're ordering a Domino's that's like, yeah, we should definitely get a Domino's.
That's a fantastic analogy.
We should really definitely.
good.
Yeah, so I just really think
it's true.
Domino's. Yep.
Yeah.
So Domino's.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you'll be all like, there'll be a day where like everyone's hungover or like not feeling good. And there's one person who's just like, yeah, Domino's is what we need. And everyone's like, everyone knows it's not going to make them feel better, but they do it because one person said that they
Yeah.
should do it.
Yeah. They win by default. That's how Domino's get it.
do.
Because as well, you shy away from ordering outside of the chain because you don't want to risk like a really greasy pizza.
Like,
Oh, it's not right.
or a really bready pizza, because I
Yeah.
find that a lot of the like independent takeaways, like my housemates used to order one called Pizza Pizza.
Just the noun twice.
Fantastic branding. But that's
Ooh.
just bread with some sauce on the top.
I'm get-
Right, Lucy's going to have the custard dip.
I'm smelling cheese.
I don't know. Let me smell it again.
Smell mine.
No, wait, I didn't get to see.
Oh, I don't want to put it in your nose.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Can you not
It is
like
cheesy, it's
feel the
cheesy.
cheese?
It's not good. It's really not good. I don't know what it is, but it's not good.
Oh, it all went in.
If you're wondering why there's been some dead
Oh,
silence for 5 or 10
no.
seconds,
Oh no, that's like borderline spit it out. I'm not even joking. I'm not.
It is spit out.
It is like I'm not a food spitter outer, but oh man, that's minging. That's not cool.
it's really bad.
Oh.
And there's
That's
literally-
why I
there's
made
no
that noise
excuse,
the first time.
Because it's not like we're trying to flavour it with other things. We're just dipping crust in. We're not trying to put it with like
Pure
a weird
crust in
pizza.
there.
Yeah.
It's not that
We're not
it's
trying to match
reacted with a different
flavours.
flavour.
We're just putting a bland little
But
crust in
do you
there.
think they're trying to stand out from Domino's? Do you think they're like, yeah, let's put this custard?
You know what'll get them? Custard.
But what's wrong about it is that it says garlic on the lid, but in the pot there's no herby bits. Like the herby bit is like garlic sauce of any kind doesn't ever taste of the herby bit.
That's
but
true.
You know it's garlic because it's got the green bits.
That's what Grace spotted straight away was the lack of herb. And she's right.
It's not good.
You are right.
It's got all butter.
That's rank.
I'm still thinking about it. It's not good.
We'll say about the because as we said, we went for different bases. Luke could tell the difference quite distinctly, couldn't you, between the thick and the thin?
Because they
I
don't
could
look
not.
that different.
No, they don't. To the naked eye.
But
It's
well,
just the like crusty bit is a bit puffy.
Yeah, the handle
what I should say,
is better.
is that I technically hadn't noticed. What happened was we were looking at the pizzas, and I had started to eat one of the original bases, and then I immediately had a bite of it and was like, "This just does not feel like a thin base."
Yeah.
So, like, for some reason in my head, the moment I had a bite of the original base, it was just not like a thin base at all. For some reason in my brain,
It's not
But I
quite
hadn't
thin
had a-
enough for a thin base, is
but
it?
I hadn't had the thin base yet. But I still actually hold firm to that because I think there's something distinctly like chewy and like really flat about
Yeah.
a thin and crispy base that is like pretty consistent throughout a lot of pizzas.
For sure.
But it's not on the original one. I much prefer that base. If I had to get it again, I'd get not the thin and crispy one.
How do we feel about the barbecue sauce on the chicken pizza? Because I thought it was a bit sweet.
Yeah, but barbecue sauce is sweet.
We get one slice.
Ooh, I don't
Wait, how many
agree.
slices of each
No,
pizza
but
do we get?
I don't think it should be, but it is.
Fair.
Wait,
Because
I expect earthiness.
this was one of my horrible statistics that someone told me. Sorry, dentist fact, but
Shock.
barbecue sauce, a tablespoon of barbecue sauce has the same amount of sugar in as a jam donut.
A whole jam donut.
A whole jam donut
With the sugar on top?
with the sugar on the outside.
That is ridiculous.
That's why barbecue sauce is so sweet.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. It's the
Oh.
police. It's Papa John.
Mate, you don't
We're
want
gonna
Papa
edit
John
this bit
calling
out.
You.
Hello?
Maybe
I
we
get-
don't. Maybe we'll just chat on. We'll just carry on.
I'm gonna get a drink.
Oh, I mean, everyone's leaving me. I'm on my own.
Keep talking.
I'm gonna have to try and carry this ship on my own, unfortunately.
Does anyone else need topping?
I do not need a drink, thank you, but I'm good.
Oh, I do after that sauce.
Yeah, I know.
I'd love to know.
The cello.
This is all going wrong. This is absolute chaos. There's a cello falling over. There's a bottle of Coke Zero that looks like normal Coke, but it's not. There's cellos fell
know-
over again.
Conspiracy. I think the reason they've done this is the sugar tax because like if it's got the red label, everyone's gonna be like, oh, full sugar Coke, and it's
Yeah.
not so expensive. But they're being duped into buying Coke Zero
Yeah.
when they didn't want it. Except Lucy did.
But it's pretty. I mean, is it that sneaky, really? It's got a big black stripe around the top of it that says zero sugar on it.
But you said, oh, they don't have any big bottles of Coke Zero.
Yeah, I guess
And they did
when you just
because
gloss,
I had to look twice.
Yeah. When you just gloss like with your eyes over a whole area in a supermarket, I guess you're looking for that black bottle.
You are.
So
Like a
maybe that
Pepsi Max
is-
bottle.
Yeah. Could be that. How many slices each do we get?
I don't know, but I'm feeling sad because I think lots of them have gone.
Well, just because after Lucy's comments about the barbecue chicken, I might want to have another slice, but I want to make sure we've all got a slice first.
I've not had a work.
Apologies to the listeners because I might have to edit this out. This is incredibly boring for people.
I'm gonna have a works. Please edit out me chewing. Also, these.
I'm definitely not going to edit you out chewing. That is a hell of a lot of work to go through the entire pod and find every possible time that you're just chewing and then get rid of it.
Yeah, because also like I'm always eating. Like you guys kept talking, and I was like,
Yeah.
sorry. This is about food. This is about like eating the food, not talking about the food.
I mean, it's kind of about talking about the food, isn't it? It's a
It
podcast.
should be, but I'm thinking about eating it.
It's like my girlfriend was like, "Can I just come to all of your podcasts and just eat the food, but not be involved in the podcast?" And I was
Oh,
like,
let
"You're not
Rose
allowed to
do
do that."
that.
No, she's not allowed to do that.
No, let her do that.
She's not interested in being part of the content. She just wants to eat bad food. I'm like, it's better for you if you don't do that. She just gets to sit in the corner. She's like, I'll just sit in the corner and eat all the pizza. I was like, no, like, you're not allowed to do that. That's not fair.
Right, I've just eaten some of that sausage. Mm-hmm. And it's
You're
not
gonna
as bad.
slate it, aren't you?
No, it's not as bad as
Oh.
I wasn't. I was going to drag it harder than I actually am. But Lucy's
Okay.
not here. I don't think she's tried. I don't know if she's tried that one.
You were both very much of the same opinion
But, right.
before the slice.
You know, everyone out there knows the meat that I'm talking about. It's not real meat, and it's always on pizzas. It's like ground beef or ground pork, and they'll pass it off as sausage, or they'll be like, some meatball meat, and it's just unspecified meat, but it's really, really, it's disintegrating, and like it doesn't have any flavour, so they put loads of pepper in it, so it just tastes of like flaky pepper on your pizza, and it's not good. And it doesn't add anything. Like, that's why I would never order a Mighty Meaty from Domino's Pizza, because I know it's got that on it.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if I agree with you, but I respect your opinion because you're enthusiastic about it.
Because I
don't know if
care a
I
lot.
agree. Lucy's back, everybody. You all right, mate? Your cello did fall over again, like, just saying.
I did run.
Oh dear. Maybe you should not get quite back onto the microphone yet, so we don't have to deal with the heavy breathing. You take a breather, mate. You're all right. Lucy lives at the top of the building. It's not a massive building, but it's, yeah. I was out of breath. Were you out of breath as well? I was really ashamed that I was out of breath. I was like,
Oh, yeah, no, I
I run
was
5
out of
times a
breath.
week and I was out of breath.
No.
From walking upstairs.
We basically have the same level of fitness, but I was out of breath.
Good. I feel good about that. That's good.
Lucy, we're just talking about these sausagey meats, and they're like ground beef on a pizza.
Yeah. I don't get why. What's the point in having sausage if it's going to crumble? Like, wouldn't you put it in slices?
Yeah, I know.
Like a wiener, as we discussed.
Don't. That sausage pizza is so bad. We are, of course, referring to Domino's sausage crust.
Yeah,
With,
something like
like the
that.
hot dog crust.
That came as that left as quickly as it came. That
I've got to
pizza.
bring this up before I forget because I mentioned this to you
Is this
and you seem to have not. You didn't know about it.
Is this a burger pizza?
Yes.
Because I have some more. When I did some research, I found some more types of pizza. But carry
So
on.
quickly, if people aren't aware of this, Pizza Hut used to do a cheeseburger base pizza, which is just ridiculous. So what you used to get is a normal slice of maybe I don't know if it was deep pan. It might have been. I don't think it was thin and crispy either though, because it wouldn't be able to withhold the sheer weight on one end of the slice. But whatever it was like a standard base, and then it was essentially like a small but still substantial burger on the crust. I'm going to show Lucy a picture. Yeah, I'm going to show a
Right.
picture.
And while Luke's looking for a picture, I'm just going to, for context, I did some research about other weird pizzas in the past. So these are both from Pizza Hut Australia.
Okay.
Honestly, Pizza Hut UK, you need to up your game.
The Aussies have got your hands down.
because
Can I quickly show you this so you've got it ready? I'm going to show you the picture.
no, you show the picture.
I am about to show Lucy the picture of the cheeseburger pizza.
Cheeseburger pizza. Right, okay. I just need to do an old.
Oh, that's horrible.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh no! It was like the human centipede of pizza.
Oh,
It does
you know
look
what? I
like
just
someone
remembered I
died
haven't
on
done.
it.
Oh.
I didn't go for my little toilet trip before the start of this podcast.
Oh,
Oh,
edit
you
that
actually
one out, Luke.
didn't.
No, that's staying in. The listeners need to know the struggles that I go through.
Yeah, so Domino's Australia, Pizza Hut Australia, sorry, also have 8 meat pies in a pizza crust for you northerners out there. like a pie, like a...
Like so.
Can I
pizza
Google this
crust
as
on
you
the
tell me?
bottom.
Yeah, I've got the link, so I'll open it.
Pizza crust on the bottom. Pie. Pizza crust again to
No,
enclose it.
pizza. Just this.
Oh, that's bizarre. It actually looks like Jammy Dodgers.
Or like Bakewell tarts.
Like Jammy Dodgers had a baby with a croissant. So that's an actual meat pie.
It says it's a meat pie.
Ooh.
Don't know what constitutes a meat pie in Australia though. So it might be like different to what we would have as a
I
meat
bet
pie.
I bet it's filled with those weird sausages that are on that pizza. But that's what they put in there.
It's so sad. And then
I want to just check that.
It looks
it was the Jammy Dodger picture. If you said Jammy Dodger, you were looking at the right picture.
Not good.
And the
Not
other
good.
one they have, Pizza Hut Australia, is a Dorito pizza
Where do the Doritos go?
on the crust. They're like
Like the
it's
dust.
like crushed Dorito, not the
Ugh.
dust, but like small shards of Dorito.
Ooh, that sounds kind of like sharp and dangerous.
No.
How do you hold it? It's gonna go all over
That's
your
like what
hands.
someone does when they're hungover and they're like in the house and they got leftover
Dorito
pizza. Like a bag of Doritos. They're like, ooh, this will be interesting.
That's also what you do when you're like drunk in munchies and you go. Can
you
you
pay
put some
£50
chicken
million
nuggets on my
for a
pizza? Because I have done that.
Oh my god, that is not good.
That was gross.
Quick question: what at this point now are we meant to be eating?
I don't know.
There's like
I've
2
not
slices
had
left of
garden
every pizza.
party. I'm the only person who's not yet been
No,
disappointed by it.
neither of you have had it.
I've had garden
Oh,
party.
have you?
Yeah,
Should I?
Did
have
you think it
one?
was sad?
I thought it was pretty bland.
It's very bland, isn't
yeah.
it?
Should I do an old switcheroo so you can get
Yeah,
to
sure.
the chicken?
It was like you're clever. Switcheroo. Oh no.
Oh, there was a slide, an avalanche, if you will.
An avalanche, if you will. You don't remember when KFC did avalanches?
No, but you
What's
told
that?
me about this.
They used to do ice cream called avalanches, and it was unbelievable. At least the child in me thinks it was unbelievable. I definitely thought it was much better than
Is this
McFlurry.
garden party?
No, that's the works, but that's the one with the sausage, so you need to
can I
have that
have?
too.
Oh, I have had the
Oh wait, I
sausage.
want to try
Have you?
barbecue
Okay.
chicken
Yeah.
one because,
Okay.
because you said it was too sweet, so I'm going to try this
I
one.
need a small... This is what I'm gonna-
Once again, apologies for how poorly done this podcast is, but it is a pizza party after all. You're going to have to deal with it.
I will
Pizza
say
party.
I'm hopeful because I really like mushrooms on pizza. The people that get pizza with never... Like, no one likes mushroom in the world, ever.
And they're wrong.
But I love them.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
They're better than that weird
like
ass
mushroom.
sausage.
I don't like mushroom.
I do. They're
I live with it.
Oh, have
You
you
know
seen
what?
that?
Yeah, but you don't
like
Just
olives.
like a tiny piece of sweet corn just on the tip. Ugh.
Please, gherkins are good.
Yeah, Luke doesn't like olives.
Yeah, he's picking off his olives off the olivey pizza and giving them to us to eat. Not that I'm complaining, because
I was
that's
gonna
fine,
say-
but
Please don't complain.
I'm not. No. I will never complain. But
Maybe I'll
but
try
also
one.
you should
I'll try one.
have that little bite there. That's got some olive on it.
Just give me one of the olives. I'll just have one of them.
Okay.
You're upset now though because I get to have one of the
I
olives.
can taste the onion on this,
Is that all you're getting though?
pretty much.
Oh,
lot-
that's so wrong. Oh, just like licorice.
Like savoury fruit.
Oh.
It's just salty.
Well, at least I know that I
That's
still
why I
don't
like
like them. Oh, they just look like grapes that are shit.
The tomato sauce on this pizza hasn't blended well enough with the cheese. It's too exposed.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to talk about when you mentioned the barbecue sauce is, sorry to go back to Domino's, is that they do the barbecue pizza, which is like a barbecue base
That's nice.
with the stuff on the top, whereas this is a tomato sauce pizza and a drizzle of barbecue.
Yeah.
Not okay.
It's not-
Because it's not, there's no meshing of those two flavours.
Yeah.
They're two separate flavours separated by cheese.
You get it layered in your
And
mouth
it's
rather
weird.
than blended.
I think it's lazy.
I think it's
lazy.
lazy.
Because they've just made a normal chicken pizza and then gone, shoop.
Yeah, they've also like bulk done. They will have bulk done everything and been like, yeah, we'll just chuck
Yeah.
all the tomato sauce on all the bases, but this one's barbecue, so add extra barbecue instead of just
It is lazy, you're right.
finessing things out and putting.
Was it you who talked about how a barbecue pizza's like an ice rink?
No, but I would say that.
Ooh.
Like how all of the cheese and like therefore the toppings like slide
What's
around
the
the
other-
barbecue.
Oh, I wish
pizza.
I'd said that.
What's
That's
the
a good
food
thing.
we spoke
Whoever said
about
that.
that is the ice rink? Lettuce is the ice rink.
Don't talk about lettuce.
Oh.
Don't bring it up.
You'll notice that lettuce is missing from this party. No place on a
I'm
pizza.
surprised because some people are so dumb with
They
lettuce.
eat it
I'm surprised
everywhere.
They don't want it on their pizza as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can you just chuck some lettuce on it as well, please? That's what everyone does.
No
Does my
one
head
is.
in.
Yeah, no one's ever alarmed by that sentence, are they? People eat it on
No.
anything.
But you know, I'm glad that you've brought this point up because people just don't think about it. This is just. If people use their
you
brains.
take it because it's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't question the lettuce.
It just very rarely needs to be there.
Agreed.
Sometimes it does. I'm not
Unless
saying
you're
it has no
eating a
purpose.
salad. Yeah.
Even then, sometimes it's just a filler.
True.
It is. It's
It's
just
like,
like, the
oh,
base
I've got
of
this
salad.
big bowl that I want to fill with salad. Oh, I've only filled it half full. Let's just chuck lettuce in there.
I need
as
a
well,
bulk
fill it out.
leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, if you choose a good leaf, it's fine. Like if you choose like a spinach or like a, you know, any of those baby leaf mixed
They're not
leaf
big enough.
ones, they're fine. But like iceberg lettuce, what is your function?
They taste
Nothing.
a bit bitter as well.
What icebergs? They just taste of water, and I disagree with that for the same reason I don't like melon or cucumber because you don't taste of anything.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's true.
Until
Have you
you're
guys
in a
seen the Lemmy
fruit.
show yet?
The what?
The Lemmy show. Oh,
No.
it doesn't matter.
Tom Furness loves
Yeah, he
Lemmy.
fucking
What
loves
is it?
It's just a Scottish comedian who does a sketch show, but it's amazing.
Oh, I thought it
but
was-
he does this sketch about how this guy just talks about water. It's not that interesting, but he's like
I have seen that.
the water
and
one
it's
where he's
coming
like,
out the
and it
taps.
tastes like water. It
Gabs
tastes
loves it.
Fuck all.
Gabs
and
loves
that's
it.
lettuce. It's
Yeah.
'cause basically, I'll explain the sketch. You might not find it funny, so apologies if I kill the sketch for you, and then it's not even going to be funny when you watch it. But,
If you like Scottish accents,
basically,
then
he's in a supermarket and he's like talking to the camera as if it's like a person. He's like, "Here, look at this. Come over here." And he goes over and he like shows them all the bottled waters. Like he's like £1 for a bottled water, and he's like running them through all of them. And then he goes, "Follow me." And then he walks
He
down the
goes
street and
home.
goes into his own home, and he goes, "Watch this," and turns the tap on and puts a glass underneath. And then like everyone else in the room gets amazed. It's funny. Anyway, that's lettuce. It's like it tastes of
Yeah.
fuck all. You don't have to get like good or bad lettuce. Lettuce is lettuce, and it's shit. It's
Yeah.
there for it's very rarely there for a good purpose because it very rarely can have a good purpose.
Yeah. We considered as well when we ordered this, because it's not all about the pizza. We did consider sides. Spoiler alert, not much to offer.
No, they had a lot of chicken wings.
Whoa, what?
Oh, they didn't have any wings.
No, they've got wings on their menu. You
What?
guys didn't scroll hard enough.
No, we saw garlic knot, another kind of garlic bread,
and then like
another
three different
kind of
kinds
garlic,
of garlic
bread.
yeah, and then
we
all
saw
their
those
garlic
weird
products are
coated-
anything to go by. Like
Cheese coated jalapenos.
they looked gross.
They did. They looked.
had
They
some
look like weird Scotch eggs. Don't go for it. And then something else.
They had some potato wedges.
that was it. Wedges.
No, they've got wings on there,
They're
and
not
I
here,
thought
mate.
you guys were gonna
They're not
order
here.
Maybe the
wings.
Gosforth one
They're
don't
not
do
here, but-
wings.
yeah.
No,
they're not
they
here.
must do because
Because-
I looked it up this morning.
it says here,
It must
try
depend.
a portion of chicken poppers for $4.99, and then
Yeah,
it
they've
says on the top, like like on your tab on Google Chrome,
Yeah.
sides, wings, wedges, and bites. But all of the sides on offer aren't wedges. I'll name you them all.
Maybe Gosforth's not the
nuts,
one.
Corn on the cob, which we did consider. Then garlic cheese sticks.
I love a corn.
Potato wedges, garlic pizza sticks, bacon cheese sticks, bunch of sticks, and then cheesy jalapeno bites, and that's it for
Most of those are-
Oh.
Scroll down and you get to
So
wings.
there's a gap at the end.
And then wings.
and then
I bet they
wings.
lose so much business
We are
from that.
so sorry.
Yeah, right. If I thought there was something weird because I went to the
Barbecue chicken
loo
wings.
while they were ordering and looking at the menu, and I came out and they were like, "We don't think much of the sides." And I was like, "Okay, then."
I didn't.
We've been shut down on the sides front, so we're not getting any sides.
Wings are like my favourite thing.
Yeah, I thought you would want some wings.
We need to do a wings podcast though, mate. Now was not the time for wings.
That's true.
Yeah, do a wingy one.
We can't do a wings podcast though, because all the places we go for wings are like sitting places.
That's
there
true.
must be
We'd have to
places with
We'd have to
wing
talk
takeout.
about it after.
Yeah. Or we'd have to
And you
like
wouldn't
get those
have
Madonna
that
mics.
thought. Although you missed one where we got buffalo wings and we ordered wrong and we ordered some spicy
no.
wings and some buffalo wings and we messed up, man. We ordered it all wrong and,
I'm gonna be honest.
and they brought us some just like not that nice spicy wings, like really spicy.
No,
And they had that vinegar stuff on them again.
I'm kind of glad we didn't get wings here today.
I think it would have been too much food.
I wasn't ready for a disappointing wing.
But another key point is that we ordered all this food from Papa John's and then they have a section for like desserts. And
Yeah.
so like these guys already slated the sides because they thought there were no wings.
Mm.
But then we got to the desserts. We got to the drinks tab and the desserts tab
Oh.
and both of them were terrible. To the point that
Disappointing.
we ordered pizza, left Lucy to like man the fort, and then me and Luke drove to a supermarket.
They got in a vehicle.
We bought ourselves some drinks and some dessert to go with this. So Papa John's, please, like, what are you doing?
Because they do, like, I've said this about drinks so many times. If you don't sell Coke, why not? Coke, it's just the most, in all of its forms, whether you're a Diet Coke person, a Coke Zero lady, a fellow who prefers the weird peach one that they brought out, I don't know. But if you're somewhere that doesn't sell Coke, like, what are you doing? At least sell Coke and Pepsi. Like, I know some people prefer Pepsi,
Can't do
but
it though.
what, it's a brand thing. I know you're loyal to one or the
That's
other with the
why
people because they
KFC
make
do all
tango
Pepsi
and stuff like
McDonald's
that.
do all Coke.
Yeah,
You can't do one or the other.
and look how
Think
good.
they'll kick off,
Look
get
how
it
well
all wrong.
Mackey's are doing. Look how they didn't choose Pepsi.
There's also side drinks that come with it because, like, Pepsi, you get a Tango, whereas Coke, you get Fanta.
Yeah,
And
Sprite
those
with
are
Coke,
drastically
7 Up,
different
Sprite with
drinks.
I think this says all you need to know about the Papa John drink selection. They sell that weird ginger Pepsi that you've never seen anyone drink, that you've never seen anyone buy, and it.
I didn't even notice that.
Didn't you?
They sell
I-
ginger Pepsi.
I
Why?
considered it. I was to the point that I was like, well, your drink selection's terrible, so why don't we try a different drink?
You're pushing me to a ginger Pepsi.
But
Yeah.
no, so they've got bad drinks.
So we went to Tesco.
So we bought, drinks-wise, we bought a Coke Zero, because Lucy wanted a Coke Zero. And
Hashtag sugar levy.
oh, don't talk about it. And then I got excited like a kid in a candy shop because I saw on the
Kid in
top
a
shelf,
supermarket. She got excited.
like me being taken anywhere,
Yeah.
I saw Fanta Fruit Twist on the top
Oh,
shelf.
delicious.
Which, also, McDonald's, riddle me this, why do you not have that in your drinks machines?
Such a good shout,
It's
yeah.
so good. I tell you where it does sell it. Eat for less. Every time I get an Eat for less meal deal, get a can of fruit twist.
Yeah, I reckon Mackie should take that on board, you know.
They really should.
They don't sell any other fruity drinks, do they? They sell Sprite, Fanta.
That's it.
That's it. And then Coke, as they should.
You get so vexed about this. It's
I do. Like, I actually.
You need to calm down.
What was I talking about the other day? I was talking about. So I was talking to Grace about this as well. So you know when you eat an Easter egg, the very nature of the way that an Easter egg fits together, it's varying thicknesses in different places. So obviously the bottom is thicker because it got split at the top. That makes for such an interesting eating experience. You break a bit off. Ooh. One bit's thin, one bit's thick.
That's amazing, because I've
And
never
it's
thought
just-
about it before, but it's
An
true.
egg chocolate is the perfect thickness at all points. And I was talking to someone about it post Grace, and I was like, I actually could write these thoughts down. I could just talk for so long about egg. The foil, the bit where you get to break it on the table, you pick it apart, it's in shards. Oh,
It's not as satisfying as a chocolate orange, though.
No, it's more
Ooh,
satisfying.
it's better than a
orange.
chocolate
Chocolate orange
orange.
needs a proper oomph, like a proper
yeah,
hit.
but then every segment is the same until you get to the core.
Yeah.
That's true. I
Oh, the
didn't-
core is so good because it's always wonky. Like it always tastes good. No, I think I agree with you about an egg. But you can, like we were saying about dipping it in tea. So good. But I don't like a chunky chocolate bar. Like you don't want a really thick chocolate bar that you have to bite and it like pops. It makes that like pop noise when you
Yeah,
bite through it.
I
You
hear
want
ya.
a nice thin chocolate bar.
Ooh, that's interesting.
We-
I think
it's
I quite like a
nicer.
Yorkie.
Oh, I do, but
Oh,
you
I
break it
love
off before you
them.
eat
See,
it.
but that's like
You
that is
don't break-
literally what you just described.
You don't break
Okay,
the Yorkie in your
fine.
mouth, though.
Yeah, you do. You snap that with your hands.
Yeah.
I don't.
Ooh.
You're wrong. Are you one of those people who eats Kit Kats like both sticks together?
It
Do you
depends
bite a
how
Kit
bothered
Kat?
I can be to eat
No.
it properly. If I'm on the move or something, like I'm
We're
driving,
getting some
I've
home
got
No,
to-
treats.
there's never a point where that's acceptable.
Well, I tough.
That's not what a Kit Kat is.
Deal with it, people. Deal with it. That's me.
We did consider dessert from Papa John's. They sell Ben & Jerry's probably at an extortionate
I'll
price.
tell you how much it was. 2 seconds.
And I'm guessing it's at least $5.20.
I was going to say 4.25.
Oh. We shall see. And they also sell like this apple strudely pull apart thing. Classic brownie.
That looks bad.
Classic cookie dough.
But the cookie dough, as I said when we were ordering, it's like trying to be the Pizza Hut one, but also
Yeah.
you just know.
Agreed.
It says under it like it arrives warm or something. It says best enjoyed warm, but you just know that it's going to come and it's not going to be warm and like gooey
Lukewarm.
and nice. It'll be like maybe warm but not gooey, and then that's not good enough.
£5.50.
What?
Oh. $2.50 in Tesco's at the moment if you're out there.
All you students revising. Go
I mean,
to
they
Tesco.
have been there because there was no cookie dough left.
Yeah, why are you all scranning the cookie dough?
Everyone loves the cookie dough, man. That's why it's the
It is
people's ice
nice.
cream.
It is nice.
It's
How
like
do you
what The
feel-
Rock would eat.
And he knows best. He knows best.
How do you guys feel about half baked?
Which one's that?
It's like cookie dough and chocolate fudge brownie put together. I think.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't quote me on that. That might be wrong.
Chocolate brownie's kind of overwhelming.
Oh well, that's what we got. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm really excited. But if another cookie was trying to contend with it,
Oh yeah, it would take over. Yeah, the cookie couldn't fight that.
that's what I mean.
I really enjoy this podcast because I get to just sit back for large stints of time and just let you guys chat.
I could talk. I was going to talk for ages about how much I could talk, but what's the point? Self-explanatory, isn't it?
Should we hit some points? Should we hit some?
Value for money, hit that first.
Well, I was going to quickly hit the fact that we amazingly still have not mentioned Pizza Hut apart from weird stuff that Pizza Hut sells. We've
Also-
not used them in any comparison.
No, before I forget it, there was no extra delivery cost. Sometimes we take away
stop,
the
yeah.
like Deliveroo's
And I
like,
just
oh, by
checked
the
there,
way,
it's minimum spend
£3.50.
like £12 for delivery, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
I
Which
think
you're
most of them are, like,
always going
10,
to spend
but yeah,
because
Probably.
what are you ordering that's less than £12?
Yeah. Unless you're like someone like me, when I used to like just order Domino's for myself, which is really
Yeah,
depressing.
but okay, this was actually a point that I was going to raise about, and actually now, like considering how much we've eaten, we've made a very big dent. We've probably eaten 3/4 of the pizza, but I don't feel full. But my feeling on getting takeaway food, and I think this is due to my upbringing, that my mum would never let us have takeaway. Like she just didn't stand by fast food, so
Yeah.
she just didn't. We never got it. Like
Fair
KFC, I don't think I tried KFC till I was about 15.
I didn't have it till uni.
Well, yeah, you've only had it recently,
Yeah.
but mum just like wouldn't do that sort of thing. So if I'm gonna have takeaway,
It's an all-out
I want to
situation.
be like to the point that I feel sick afterwards. Like I won't do it very often, and I want to like eat a whole pizza to myself,
It's
and I
kinda
want to
better
moan
that
about
way.
it. Like I
I
want.
think it's kind of better that way. It's
If you
like
start introducing it to yourself as regular food, you're in dangerous
You want it-
territory.
you
like
want
if you
it to
get
be
in
that part
Subway
of-
at
yeah.
like, because Subway's the sneaky one, because you're like, oh, it's just
Mate,
a
don't
sandwich.
talk to me about
it's
Subway.
not just a sandwich.
we have
Subway
talked about
looks
my
like
first
it's
year at uni,
healthy.
haven't we?
There's so
Yeah, you have.
there's
We've
so
talked
much
about it,
salt in it, and like just there's so much everything in Subway, and you just forget.
You know what
It
else?
looks like it's like, oh, I'm healthy, and they do those salad bowls that are definitely masquerading as healthy food.
Yeah.
and they're not. Like it's just as bad for you as Mackies. I'm
Agree.
like, I don't know about you guys. I'd rather have a Mackies if I'm going to eat all of that. I'm like,
I've not had a
Nah, get
Subway
me on a
probably
Mackies.
since that podcast.
Me neither.
I just
But I
never
had a
think of
Mackies
it.
the night before last.
I didn't have a meal,
I did
but I had a
ask you about
Mackies a
that
bit
already.
ago.
Whenever-
I played it really, really conservatively though.
you were very safe.
I just got a McChicken sandwich. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't want that much food, but like, because I was sober as well.
I can always remember the last time I had a Mackies, but I can't really remember the last
And
time.
you're
I was
like,
there.
you're the poster child for the Mackey's fry.
Oh.
You love them.
If they paid me to wear some sort of fry merchandise,
What
a
about
hat
just a
perhaps,
t-shirt with loads of fries on it?
I'd wear it.
Yeah, I know you would.
Although,
You get away with it. You wear stuff like that. You got that yellow rain jacket, like raincoat, that you look really like normal in, but I would look ridiculous in.
you'd look adorable in one of those. Pair of red wellies.
Yes. You know, Paddington Bear has that like
The hat.
the red hat that's
Oh.
like shiny material. You should wear one of those.
I'll think about it. Carry on.
Christmas gift is a coming.
Yay!
I would, yeah. My friend's friend has a chip jumper, and as you say, it is covered like every inch in French fry, and that's pretty much horrendous. It's like bordering offensive. But I would wear one of those if they wanted me
But
to.
if they paid you to
Yeah,
do it.
I would.
I think they should pay you to like. You are such an advocate.
I am.
You could earn money.
I get that Jamie don't want the kids to eat it. I get it. I get that they're not the best for you, but they know how to make a French fry.
Valid.
Yeah. I guess the one thing hitting back, or just saying though, the one problem with McDonald's is it could be had regularly, I think.
Yeah, you
Especially
can,
now that
yeah.
they've tried to reduce the calorie count and like they plaster it all over their food now.
The
that,
apple
like,
slices.
A burger's like 400, 500
For God's
calories.
sake, those apple slices are still bad though.
Yeah, just eat an
It's just a
apple.
bad apple.
Yeah,
Just like there'll be a supermarket. If you're at a Mackey's, there'll be a supermarket
yeah,
somewhere.
you can get
Get an apple.
It's true.
So value for money, I would
value
recommend that
for
you
money.
do your research like Grace did.
Shall I quickly have a look on the Googles and see how
But-
much a Domino's pizza would cost?
Let
Just
me
on
tell you
Yeah.
something about Domino's Pizza. Is they used to have the new 50 STU. That was the
Yeah, yeah.
code when I was in my first year, and we ate a lot of Domino's pizza.
That was the year. That was
Yeah,
McDonald's,
yeah.
And then the
SDU.
following year, they had Blue Line, which was their 50% off
Neat.
code for half of the year, and then the second half of the year they got rid of it. And after that,
They probably
Like-
worked out how much money they were losing.
yeah, probably. But blow me if I couldn't find. I just searched so hard
For the discount.
for a discount code. I have been on like so many forum places, like weird bits of the internet where people
Yeah.
like post stuff,
like
and
weird bits of Reddit.
Yeah, that sort
Yeah.
of place where you're trying to find a 50% discount code, or like Lisa's Ticket Exchange has it all the time as well. People being like, "Has anyone got a 50% off code?" And I can't find one anywhere. I just don't think they do it.
Discounts are dying.
They are. That's actually one of my housemates is doing a dissertation on that. Like, do discounts get brand loyalty? And I think to a certain extent is true.
I agree.
No, actually, no, wait, no, that's not true then, because I now don't want to shop at Domino's
'Cause you know you used to be able to get it cheaper.
now, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm mad at you that
resent
you've
them for
taken it
taking
away
it.
from me.
Yeah, that's fair dues.
So this was a lot cheaper than I think a Domino's pizza. It was so easy to find those discount codes. I googled
Yeah.
Papa John's discount, and then there was a Daily Mail forum
Yeah.
that had loads of them on it, and like they worked as well, because loads of those forums they'll be
They're
like,
fake,
this is a code, and you put it in and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Whereas all of the codes that I found worked.
I will say about this, I am just going to say that I prefer Domino's. Having now tried multiple flavours, excluding margarita, which me and Luke have tried on a separate occasion, it's actually really good. I prefer Domino's because now we're looking at the pizza,
When it's a bit.
the ingredients are beginning to separate from one another. Domino's doesn't do that. On this, the cheese is like drying and curling up, but Domino's, it don't do that. Domino's is good the next day, but I wouldn't trust this the next day.
No, I don't think I would eat this.
Interesting.
I don't think it would be as good the next day.
Yeah.
Life hack: if you want to have pizza the next day, put it in the toaster. So I saw someone do that, and I was like,
but what about your toaster? Then you're
"Whoa."
gonna get like weird bits in your toaster.
Yeah, we live in student houses. Like the toasters are dirty, anyways.
Okay.
What I would say though is, I do prefer the fact that like there's something about Domino's for me that like it's a bit soft.
It's very soft.
It's like very doughy, like at all
very
times.
soft.
Whereas this is a little bit more crispy.
It is.
Which I think I prefer, but I do agree with all the points you made about Domino's. I just sometimes get really annoyed at how soft everything is in Domino's.
See,
Yeah,
It's like it's
fair
been cooked to
enough.
its minimum.
Yeah, but I
Like
thought
it's nice, but it's like cooked to like it's
Yeah.
nowhere near like how far you could cook a pizza
it,
for.
yeah.
But I was going to raise this because that's something that is a selling point for Domino's Pizza for me, because
People love how doughy it is.
I love doughy things. Like, you know that bit in The Lion King where Timon and Pumbaa are like, which one's better, slimy or crunchy? And then Timon's like, crunchy, as though that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And Pumbaa's like, no, slimy. I like the doughy things, but I think you two like crunchy things.
I
You
I like
seem
doughy
to
things.
like
I
crunchy
agree,
I
things.
am
I
the
think
doughiest
I-
human. Like I have to reduce my bread use a day to like 4 slices,
No,
which
but
is
bread is
still a
different
large
to
amount.
dough.
It is.
Bread is not
Yeah.
the same as like
For me-
squishy, moisty kind of
For
doughy.
me, dough belongs in the crust. You should eat a pizza and it should have bite, and then when you get to the crust, you're like, oh, texture change, bit of dough. That's how it should be. But Domino's,
No, I think-
largely doughy all the
Yeah,
way through.
I think for me, I do like the doughiness, but I like it's a lot, so you have to be ready for it.
It
Yeah.
leaves
I
you
could
with
eat
that,
this
like,
more
rock in your
regularly.
tummy.
Which, like that's I don't mean like on a
I don't-
health benefit thing
yeah.
or anything. I just mean Domino's is so doughy for me that I could have it less because it would just completely. I'd have been like a carb coma.
Yeah, you feel bad after you've had a Domino's.
Whereas I feel
I
less
don't
bad
feel
after I've had
bad.
this.
I don't feel bad. And Domino's, like I've surprised myself with how much of this I've eaten, because Domino's, my max is 3 slices.
That's amazing.
Like usually I can't do
Whoa.
more than 3.
By the way, is someone going to
Usually
eat
I
some more
s-
pizza, please?
No, I am. I just keep being
wanna
close
chat.
to my microphone,
That's
and then
fine.
I'm
I'm
like,
just checking
I can't
because
put
I'm
them
looking
in
at them like
now.
if you guys are going to bail, that's not cool.
Have you? Right, so hang on. Do you have more to say on that? Because I was going to completely change the subject.
I was just gonna say, because this isn't evenly sliced. This I've like picked small ones, but Domino's, if they're like regular slices, I'll go like 2 usually.
But Domino's
So doughy, so filling.
That's the thing,
is
isn't it?
not- It's not evenly sliced though.
This
Domino's-
isn't.
None of these are evenly sliced, and that's actually a pet peeve.
Yeah.
And other pet peeve, 6 slice pizzas. Don't cut a pizza into 6 slices.
How do you do that?
Have you not seen those? When you get the smaller ones, they cut them into 6 bits, and I'm like, no, just do it in like 4 or 8, please.
Yeah.
I don't like 6. It's
How do
random.
they?
You
Why
do
can't
it
I
like
work this
one
out?
line down the middle, and then like a little cross over it like that.
Oh.
So you end up with not evenly sliced.
No, they are even 6, but
My brain just can't work it out.
you
Mine
can do
can't.
it. But it's
believe
harder
you.
to get it right. But I don't like it. It looks bad. No, I was gonna say, have you ever like seen ASMR videos?
Yeah, with that woman eating the pickle.
No, but that's different. But this is what I think I'm concerned of this podcast being, when you were like, you're going to eat more pizza. And I was like, well, yeah, I want to, but I don't want people to hear me chewing, because if you get down a weird YouTube hole, you can find very strange
Yeah,
videos.
like the woman who eats
Yeah.
gherkins.
That's what I mean. Woman. Yeah.
I would do that though.
That's her.
Yeah, but she's chewing in an unattractive
It's proper
way.
ranch, and she sits with the
But-
jar like right in front of her.
Have you seen like mukbang videos?
No.
No, this is like, it's like an Asian subculture, so it'll be like slurpy foods like noodles. So
I have seen
they
that
get
on
like a bowl
Instagram.
of like noodles, the
biggest bowl of noodles you've ever
I
seen.
can't do it. It's like a very horrible noise. I'm not going to make anyone else listen to. But some of them, they get like a glass with ice and a fizzy drink in, and they'll stir it next to the microphone.
Oh, it's a weird thing.
really strange.
I have a quick point to make. I've just been comparing the prices. So the one thing that I really don't like about Pizza Hut that I wasn't aware of until now, they do that thing with the prices where they say from a certain price.
Ooh, yeah, and you can't find
And
the one
that's-
that's that price.
But that's like like so like even on all their pizzas.
It says from £20, and the £20
It says
one's
from it'll say from
stingiest
£15.
deal.
I'm like, oh, that's pretty decent. £15 for a pizza, and then it's the smallest possible. Whereas what Domino's and Papa John's both do, which is good, is immediately the price come up, it just says large.
Yeah.
So like the large is like their middle ground pizza and the one that they're most likely to sell. So they just put that price there, like, and they're
'Cause
not trying to
let's-
confuse people.
Let's face it, if you decide to buy pizza as your dinner, you're probably with at least 2 other people.
Yeah.
Probably.
And if you're
So you're
of,
gonna get a large.
and if you're really like into getting pizza that much that you're getting it on your own, you probably still just might get a large anyway.
Yeah.
No, because if you're ordering it, you'll get a large.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You got to spend the money to get the delivery as well. Like you're gonna either get a large because you've got enough people, or you're on your own, but you're still gonna have to buy enough food to get delivery, so you can't get a tiny pizza anyway.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, my point was, uniformly across the board, Papa John's is fractionally cheaper than both Domino's and Pizza Hut.
I believe
And then in
that.
second place is Domino's, and then last is Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut's deceptively expensive,
It's like a good £1 per pizza,
and
more
it's not
expensive.
as good.
But I think that I associate Pizza Hut with you go and sit and have Pizza Hut. I don't think about Pizza Hut
yeah, I
coming
agree.
to your house.
I
It still gets
agree.
away with it because it has the restaurant aspect where the
agreed.
other ones
And then
don't.
Papa John's, the reason it's cheaper is because it's just an obvious third. Like it's not even like
It's not quite.
it's so far behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but,
it's
by
not-
quality or just by reputation?
Reputation, but also it's not nationwide. Like there's no Papa John's where I'm from, so I didn't really know it existed in this country until I came to Newcastle, and then I realised it was here.
That's interesting though, because I watched this American guy talk about pizza on YouTube, and he was like, in America, Domino's is the one people laugh at. Domino's is the bad pizza.
Yeah.
They rate Papa John's there, at least where he's from.
That's
He was
not
like,
what
y'all
they
love Domino's over here, and it's not the case.
That's not what they said on Doughboys, though. was
Really?
it? So this was the other thing that I was going to slate you guys for, is that you're like, oh yeah, let's do a pizza series.
Oh yeah, I forgot you didn't bring that up.
Guess who just did a pizza series?
Oh, CBA with the competition.
It's a good job we don't even know who they are. Like.
Yeah, but so they did a Munch Madness, like March Madness. So they did like I listened to an episode that was like Pizza Hut versus. They did it like, you know, when they like seed tennis players.
Yeah.
They did it like that. So you
I
had
like that. That's
an
clever.
obvious like you know who was going to win.
Yeah.
So it was like Pizza Hut versus like a very small brand, and then like
They
Papa
grew
John's,
the
and then
competition.
they all like went in together. But yeah, they like rated Domino's. They were like, Domino's apparently used to be very poor in the US,
it
and then they
must have
turned it
improved.
around. Whereas they
Oh.
dragged Papa John's. I've heard
see.
I've heard people saying some salty things about Papa John's.
Times are a changing.
That reminds me, who the hell's going to listen to this podcast that Grace is in it? What a shame.
I did think that.
She's
'cause
gonna
I was
have to
like,
listen
our
herself.
biggest listener is
And I
you
can't
still
listen
listen to it.
will
Well,
I?
we haven't
Yeah.
done one for...
I'll put
Oh,
it
I
on,
see
but
what
I'll
you
mute
get.
it because I don't want to hear my own voice.
You get.
Do you want me to send you a separate mix where your vocal mic's been muted?
just me and Luke with weird bits of
you
conversation?
just hear yourself in the distance, and then you hear me and Lucy talk.
Yeah,
That's not going to work.
do it, please, with that
Okay.
extra effort in.
I will. I mean, I literally press a mute button and then send it to you.
Oh, okay,
but
fine.
okay, I'll do it.
What was I going to say? Yeah, no, I heard a lot of spicy takes about Papa John's because another podcast I listened to, there's like a daily news one, and so I don't know if you know that Papa John's was dropped as the NFL sponsor recently.
Really?
Yeah, there was like a big controversy about it because
What did John do?
the Papa John Schnatter,
John himself.
he's not a very nice man.
Dude, we should have known that before we ate
He's
his
not.
pizza.
Yeah, no, I heard some very nasty things about him. So
Slate him,
basically-
drag him to the mud.
so he, Papa John's was the official sponsor of the NFL.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of NFL players who wouldn't stand for the national anthem. They
Right.
were kneeling and it was particularly minority race groups, and it was about
Fair dues,
police
bro.
brutality.
Fair dues.
And then Papa John's, so the NFL ratings took a slump, and Papa John's Pizza took a corresponding dive.
Yeah.
And then the Papa John,
John get vexed.
he tweeted about it, being like, "Oh, all these football players, they're kneeling in the national anthem and they're ruining my pizza sales."
What's more important?
And everyone was
Your
like,
rights or my bloody pizza.
Everyone was like, "You're a dick," and really got on board and like hit the hate train against him. Everyone was very cross, and yeah. So then eventually. At the end of this fallout, they got dropped, and Pizza Hut is now the sponsor of NFL.
Where do you, like, John,
What is it with the
let's-
NFL needing pizza as their sponsor?
I don't
Why did they
know.
go straight to Pizza
I
Hut?
think they got a lot of money from that sponsorship.
John
deal.
cannot be saying anything because I'm sure he, being a white man
Oh, do you want to see a
who
picture
makes
of
a
him?
food that
Let me
everyone
guess,
loves,
like 60-year-old white
in
man.
it, I'm sure he's plain sailing
I
because
actually-
he's feeding the masses with pizza. He's not experiencing racial hatred.
Well, no, and he's not. And also, I think he had to settle several sexual harassment cases. So he is not a good dude.
He's a bona fide dickhead, isn't he?
He's really horrible.
We'll order Papa John's again.
I know. So then
You should have told us this before we ordered it.
Well, this was what happened when I started researching them. I found
Was this today?
no, I'd already heard this on some because this happened. The fallout was before Christmas, and then after Christmas, not only did they get dropped by the NFL, then Papa John had to like step down as CEO.
Oh.
So Papa John's not in charge anymore.
Papa who? Also, John. John, if you do have any beef with what's being said here today, we will take on any legal force you choose to bring towards us. Within reason, because I ain't got the P.
I found another reason why he's a bad guy. This is in my notes. John Schnatter donated $1,000 to the Trump campaign in the run-up to the 2016 election.
Oh, like he even needed the money.
That's like the ultimate no-no.
So this is the picture
Oh,
that
don't
I
buy
saved.
Papa John's. Don't buy Five Guys, and don't buy Papa John's.
It's like, did you know Chick Corea is a Scientologist?
Yeah, he's a weird guy though.
It freaked me out when I found that. I couldn't listen to him for a bit. Like, I was big into
but it
Chick
didn't
Corea
stop you
last
that
year, and
much,
someone
did
just
it?
told me he was a Scientologist, and I was like,
Him and John Travolta at the meeting, like, you all right?
These are the ones
Remember
Tom-
Grease?
playing tunes.
When's the next Mission
Tom Cruise is
Impossible
like,
coming out?
Come on, Chick, play us a song on the piano.
I'll sing the one that you want. You do the piano. I'll do me and Olivia. I'll do them both.
To be fair,
Chick Corea and Tom Cruise at like Scientology karaoke nights, like where Chick gets up and plays like Angels by Robbie Williams, and Tom Cruise sings it.
what a song choice.
Small enough to do a stage dive as well. No problem.
Yeah, people are willing to catch that guy. He's like a child.
Does his own stunts apparently.
Yeah.
Much to his own detriment. Idiot.
For context, this is Papa John. This is the picture.
Let me take a picture of
Do you want
that
me to just
picture
send it you?
and no, because you can put it up with the reactions of all of our faces.
But yeah, so
he
this
looks
guy-
as you expect him to
you know
look.
what John Travolta looks like now, like not good.
Yeah. Not good.
So this is what Papa. This picture is what was released on the Daily Mail article that I read.
They absolutely dragged him.
when I was
Not only
reading
is he
about
just a shit person, he also looks shit.
Yeah, well, I think he's a bit of a cokehead as well, which probably explains the like sweaty appearance. But yeah, this article was like, "Oh, Papa John's a dick." Then he got like kicked off as the CEO, and this is the picture they put underneath.
Very John Travolta. Like,
Yeah, it is.
something about his skin.
Yeah,
actually looks
his
a bit
skin looks so bad. He looks like he's had a skin
The
transplant,
Travolta texture.
Mottled.
but like
is.
puffy, but also
Smooth. Puffy and smooth.
Like almost plastic to some extent. Like kind of artificial looking.
Yeah.
Also, where's his lips? His lips are on holiday. Like, he doesn't have any.
They didn't attend the lawsuit. Their lawyer got them off.
His lips actually agreed with the NFL player. They've separated now.
The lips
They're
had a good
involved in a
lawyer.
lawsuit. Papa John and Papa John's lips are in the lawsuit against each other.
I'm suing John as his lips. I wish to leave.
Right, let's try and drag this back to some sort of like formal
After
content.
dragging Papa John.
Grace McCartney, you can now have a slice of pizza if you'd like, and I'll try and support for a couple minutes because I have been so
You've been very quiet.
absent. I've
we
been
got-
so absent.
From egg to Papa John's smooth puffy face.
I was just the thing is, like, you just had so much to talk about. I was like, let's just let this girl run with it. She knows what she's talking about.
We're like two little toddlers, and Luke was like, "Okay, let them play outside." And
They'll wear
themselves out. They're tired. Come in, have a nap.
Yeah, what is the other? We need to hit some points. We've hit value for money.
I
think it's-
longevity? I think is a one for pizza. Legit.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like a sneaky one. Like no one thinks about it, but it's true.
Because the
Totally true.
Domino's cost, you're like, well, I know I'm paying the P now, but at least I can eat it tomorrow.
Having said that, though, doesn't need as much longevity because you can finish it because it's not as doughy as Domino's.
Oh, well made point.
You were like taken aback.
I was like
I made Lucy speechless.
rallied. Yeah.
With the one thing I've said in the last 45 minutes, I
That's
made
all you
Lucy
need.
speechless. Yeah, that was. Yeah, so I agree though. It is if most people, granted, are probably going to buy too much pizza. They're just going to play it safe because
sure.
most people want to feel sick at the end of a meal, so they're going to overbuy.
Yeah.
So you do need to be prepared for the fact that people are going to have it for their breakfast the next morning or their lunch the next day.
Yeah.
It just happens. What's the matter?
I'm just thinking about this sauce, and it's not that good.
Oh. Are you on the chicken?
No, no one that works.
Ooh,
You mean the tomato base?
Tomato base.
Yeah.
It's a bit too smushy, isn't it?
I
It's
think
just
it was a
not-
bit. Maybe I'm just.
It's a bit can of chopped tomatoes. Do you
Yeah,
know
I was
what
going to
I'm
say,
saying?
it's a bit like a tomato base for like kids. Like
If I-
very, very bland, very,
Yeah.
very edible. I know that's a ridiculous thing to describe it as, but like anyone could, like, your grandma could eat this.
I would say that they play it very safe at Papa John's. There's no challenging flavours coming at you.
Yeah.
Domino's, you might be like, ooh, a bit spicy. Ooh.
I mean, they're not breaking
Bit-
boundaries, are they?
Yeah, they're not. It's a very middle
They're not
of the road
social either.
pizza,
You know what I mean?
isn't it?
Let's keep things the same, Papa John?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was zoned out.
I was
didn't
just,
hear what
I
you
was
said.
just, I was just making reference to his clear lack of care for like
Others.
human rights and,
Yeah.
and
He's just
racist
a
issues,
bad
and yeah,
Such a middle of the road pizza.
by a middle of the road man.
Yeah, well,
No, he's not,
I'd
though.
say
He's
he
got
was
some
distinctly a bad side.
Polarising views.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like, I meant like, he looks like he's on the way out over
Yeah,
the
he
hill.
does.
Yeah.
He does.
And I nearly said poor guy then. I was like, definitely not poor guy.
He must have so much money, and that actually makes me kind of sad that he's made some like bang average pizza.
Enough to
Because,
give
like,
money to
anyone
Donald
could make-
Trump.
Yeah.
That's how much money he has.
I actually think
A man who also doesn't need more money.
Exactly.
I'm a
Actually,
really
he
big
might-
fan of
yeah.
like, and I mean this like in relation to the price. Like, I'm a really big fan of like the Asda vegetarian pizzas that you can like create
Yeah.
at the back.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they're very good.
I think I'd probably rather have one of them than that vegetarian pizza.
That
Yeah.
that was
Maybe
a bad
even if they
vegetarian
were
pizza.
of a similar price as well. Like, probably not. Probably the Asda one does have to be significantly cheaper because it's an Asda pizza, but I still think it's probably got as much flavour
I will
as what that's
say,
got, and that was like 15 quid. Or should have been.
those segments of tomato just don't belong, do they?
I was just looking at those.
They just don't. They're not right.
It says it on the description that it had cherry tomatoes on the top. Bitch, that's not a cherry tomato.
No.
That is a chopped salad tomato.
It is, it is.
And I
You can
hate
tell by the
salad
colour.
tomatoes. They're that like pale. Like if you go to a different country, yeah, I'll get on board with eating a raw tomato. But like
Yeah.
if you're just giving me a salad tomato, I don't want that.
It's the lettuce of the tomato family.
But you
It
know what's
is.
amazing about that? You know what Pizza Hut do, which is way worse than that?
Mm.
Sometimes if you get delivery from Pizza Hut, if they might just not give you stuffed crust pizza. What they'll do is they'll give you a normal base, but they'll put cheese on the crust.
You told me this.
That's
And
not
it's
the same
okay.
thing.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's worse. I'd rather have the salad tomato.
I'd rather have
than
salad
pay
tomato.
like £3 extra. It's like £4 or something extra. I just had a look
money.
Yeah.
for stuffed crust, and what they do is give you a normal like deep pan base or whatever, and then put cheese on it.
need to reiterate how bad that sauce was as well, because the
Oh my God,
sauce they give you
yeah.
at Domino's is peng, but
Yeah,
that's
it's so
rank.
good.
That stuff is actually rank.
I've got a picture of that. You can post that for people to listen to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you need a context
That's
of how
what it was.
bad
Someone
that
told me
is.
about how like the Domino's garlic sauce apparently has got more calories in it than like a McDonald's burger or something.
Oh, bro, it's so nice. It's so nice.
I don't doubt that's true.
Yeah,
I
I know.
don't doubt it. It's so nice, that stuff. What's
And
it
then-
made
and then-
of? Is it sour cream? What's the liquid?
It's got a hell of a lot more garlic in than what that did.
No, but that's
The ratio of
less
garlic to
butter.
butter is significantly
I
different.
when I was talking to people, I was like, "Oh, I'm getting a Papa John's pizza, and I've never had one." Sophie, Queen of Pizzas, she turns to me and she was like, "Don't get the garlic butter," and I was like, "Okay, noted." But
what it calls itself?
but no, but that says that's special garlic. But
There is something
I
special about it.
agree. They have put the wrong lid on that sauce because that's garlic butter.
It is.
That's liquid, but it's like liquid butter at room temperature, but not.
Oh, look at it.
But it's still like opaque.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not
liquid
good.
butter at room temperature would be clear. That's
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, and it's
wrong.
not even solidified as well. It's retained its sauce texture.
It's not good. I think we should wrap this up
Yeah, if I do.
because we've been chatting for about an hour and a bit. It's been
Yeah.
a long in, but we knew it was going to be a long in because there's
All
more of us.
relevant, guys. Don't skip it. Don't skip
Except
it.
that
There
bit
was
where
there
Lucy-
was a there was a little
Lucy
bit.
leaves the room and it gets a bit weird.
Yeah, when you left the room, it did fall off the rails for like a good few minutes.
I
but-
also really want to eat that ice cream that we bought.
Yeah.
we also
We've got some
did
ice
buy
cream to have.
some Ben and Jerry's, which we could have obviously bought from Papa John's, but for twice the price.
Yeah, like actually twice.
In Papa John's defence, kind of, it is on special at Tesco.
Yeah, Ben
It's
and
not
Jerry's
like
is
Tesco's
expensive.
normal price of Ben and Jerry's is half.
Yeah, but as a
John's.
stingy person, I don't like that.
No.
Yeah.
I like getting value for money.
Oh, me too.
And
Like,
that's
you know
bad.
those, I totally agree, because you know those bags of like Chocky Buttons that they have on for £1 usually?
Yeah.
I would never buy one that's not £1.
No.
Because
no way.
they're at £1 so often, I'd know that like if I went 2 days later, I could get them for £1.
But always
I just resent it.
they have a wall of treat bags and there'll be something in there that's
That-
a pound.
that you can get,
Like even
yeah.
if you wanted Chocky Buttons and you went and they were £1.50, you'd be like, well, there's minstrels for £1, so it's okay.
You know what? Yeah, you're not going to spend the extra 50p.
Have you seen those really big bags that they do now?
The massive ones.
Absolutely huge. They're like something ridiculous, like 400 grams. They're really
Also, remember,
so good.
remember that like dad talk I gave you at the start of the podcast about how if you talk into the mics really closely.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Neither of you have done it, which means that any chewing will be picked up by.
Sorry.
The reason I'm
Is
saying
it
this
too
is
late
just for the
now to say
listeners. If there's any, I've said
sorry?
it right at the end of the podcast, which is pointless. But if you ever heard any chewing throughout the entirety of this podcast, it was not
Oh,
me.
wait.
Oh, that's even too loud from where I'm sitting.
That was, at least it wasn't food.
Yeah,
At
that
least
was
it
just a
wasn't
straw.
That was weird though.
Fight the power.
Right, I think we're going to wrap it up. The next pizza will be either Pizza Hut or Domino's. I've got no idea. It'll be one of the two.
And what are they called? Dough guys?
Doughboys.
Doughboys. We're coming for you.
But we're not really.
We're not. We don't have the funds all the time.
Don't sue us, please. You're better than us than we are. Anyway.
sure.
Right. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Oh.
Thanks
Thanks
to
for
Grace
coming,
again.
Grace.
Thanks for having me.
It was nice. We felt like, definitely from my perspective, there was less steering of the ship, but I enjoyed it.
And especially with a
I mean
meal
that in a
this
good
size,
way.
perfect.
I'm glad I had less to do. I just sat back and listened to people have a conversation.
It was a bit loose, but it was mostly pizza themed. So
I
I
like
agree.
it.
No, but we're allowed to hit on other topics. That's the point. It's just
Yeah.
a chat.
Don't fund Papa John.
Don't go to
Say,
Five Guys.
And don't go to Five Guys. And buy Mackey's chips.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Support your local businesses that sell Coke. Not the drug. The drink. Like, you know what I'm saying.
What a fantastic way to end. Well done. Goodbye, everyone.
Pizza Hut
Enjoy your
salty.
pizza. What?
I didn't think you were going to invite me back for Pizza Hut episodes. I wanted to say that Pizza Hut's salty. I didn't get it in.
You can come back if you want.
No, I can't talk more about pizza.
She's
I think
got
I've
nothing
used
left.
all my
She's going to be so distinctly quiet on the next podcast. She's like, I said
I
everything.
used all my pizza opinions.
She was scared she wasn't coming back, so she got it all out.
Well, tune in. Well, I'm not going to promise next week, but tune in next time to hear that Pizza Hut's salty.
Yeah, Lucy's got... Wait, have you done most of your uni work now? Dissertation's been handed in, right?
Yeah, I have 3 essays to go.
Fantastic. So expect something from us eventually.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone. We've said goodbye like 4 times.